crimes at My Lai, William Calley was the only man ever convicted. Today, Calley runs a jewelry shop in Columbus, Georgia. He does not give interviews about My Lai. At his trial, these were his last words of explanation to his judges.
If I have committed a crime, the only crime that I have committed is in judgment of my values. Apparently, I valued my troops' lives more than I did that of the enemy. When my troops were getting massacred and mauled by an enemy I couldn't see, I couldn't feel, and I couldn't touch, that nobody in the military system ever described as anything other than communism. They didn't give it a race, they didn't give it a sex, they didn't give it an age. They never let me believe it was just a philosophy in a man's mind. And that was my enemy out there. And when it became between me and that enemy, I had to value the lives of my troops. And I feel that is the only crime I have committed.
William Calley served only 3 days in jail before being released by President Nixon into house arrest pending appeal. 3 years after his original life sentence, he was released on parole, a free man.
Nhớ biết suy nghĩ cho nên dò đây. Nhớ biết suy nghĩ ngủ không được. Nhà có một mình vất vả đó rồi, không biết nhà ở đó có đồ suy nghĩ miết. Buồn rầu miết. Nên dò đây chứ. Cam thù lắm chứ không tha thứ đâu. Không tha thứ. Phải cháy cho thâu chứ sống là cam thù lắm. Cứ trẻ con mới lớn dày mà nó giết thịt trân. Còn đương bố vậy nó cũng giết thịt trân mà làm sao mà không cam thù. Cam thù lắm. Và mẹ già đó, 30 tuổi, 80 tuổi mà cũng ra chỗ đó nằm giờ chết. Cam thù.
I wish I could bring him back, but I can't. God has their forgiveness, but the damage was already done. When we went in there with a purpose. And deep down, we felt what we were doing was right. But after it was over, everyone knew it was wrong. And the damage was already done. It was too late.
Tôi thưa có cô, nếu là có người dân vô tội thì đừng có bán người dân vô tội. Còn cái người nào mà kẻ thù với nó thì nó giết người dân không quan. Chứ cái này đương bưng chén cơm ăn mà cũng phải đành mà cháy, đương ngậm cái củ trong miệng cũng đành cháy. Người như vậy mà hiếp dâm rồi rạc rửa mình như vậy lên, nó cam thù biết là bốn kế. Người dân vô tội không có cái gì hết. Với nó người dân đối xử với người Mỹ mà hình dũng vậy, nó không bán phá, giết sạch, đốt sạch, cũng ôm bụng mà chịu. Này, đồng bộ tôi là cam thù, còn sống sót người nào là cam thù. Những người Mỹ giết người dân vô tội, toàn óc.
How can you forgive? You know, I can't forgive myself for the things, even though I know it was something that I did and something that I was told to do. But how can I forgive that? I forgive. I can't. I live with it every day. It's easy for you to say, well, you go ahead with your life. But how can you go ahead with your life when this is holding you back? I can't put my mind to anything positive because it's always negative.
Trong nhiều lúc quá buồn, thì tôi nghĩ rằng tôi sẽ đi nơi khác làm ăn. Nhưng mà sau đó thì tôi nghĩ ra, vì nơi nào trên đất nước tôi thì cũng vậy thôi. Ở đây tôi còn có quê hương, có bà con, và niềm an ủi tôi nữa. Còn những ngôi mộ của người mẹ và của những người thân, nên tôi không thể nào bỏ nơi này mà đi được.
These people were tortured by this. They were kids, 18, 19 years old. Most of them had never been away from home before they went to the service. And they end up in Viet Nam. And in a moment, following orders, in a context in which they've been trained, prepared to follow orders, they do what they're told, and they shouldn't have, and they look back a day later and realize that they probably made the biggest mistake of their life. There are only a few people who were in those circumstances who had the presence of mind and the strength of their own character that would see them through that circumstance. Most people didn't. And for most of them, even people that I personally just was stunned to discover that they'd made the wrong choice, they did. And they had to live with it. They have to live with it. And so do I. So do we all.
There's a part of me that's kind and gentle. There's another part of me that's evil and destructive. Very evil and destructive. There's more destructiveness in my mind than goodness. There's more wanting to kill or to hurt than to love or to care. I don't let anyone get close to me. The loving feeling or the caring feeling is not there.
And that was caused by My Lai, you think?
That was caused by My Lai. My little boy playing in my grandmother's front yard, here in Jackson, at his grandmother's house. And there were some teenagers across the street got into an argument. It was 14 and 15. And one went home and got a gun. And the other one just ran in the direction where my little boy was playing. And he shot him in the head. I was in the house. And I came out and picked him up. But he was already dead. He was dying. So when I looked at him, his face looked like the same face of the child that I had killed. And I said, this is the punishment for me killing the people that I killed. And when the picture that I had, they had his funeral. I got back from the funeral that night. That's the way it cracked. And I left it like that. It just cracked.
How much of this stuff do you have?
I take 1,200 milligrams every 4 hours, 4 times a day, of drugs and medication. I have to take it. I need it. That's the only thing that held me somewhat stable. Not as nervous. I stay nervous, even with the medication. But if I don't take it, I just go off. Just keep me under control. It helps me. Because if I don't, I may do something to someone. Even though I still have a tendency to think that of hurting someone. But the medication helps me, really helps me. But I have to take a lot of it. And it's strong, you know. It's very strong.
Do you think this really dreadful condition that you're in, this terrible life that you're leading, do you think it's ever going to come to an end?
Yeah, when I kill myself. It'll come to an end. Like I said, I tried suicide 3 times. Maybe the good Lord is not ready for me to go, because I could have been dead with all the stuff I had taken and tried to. But eventually, it's not out of my mind.